Oh my. Welcome to the new show of Dick in the Box, where every box is left up to interpretation, because we're all dicks. And now to welcome your favorite dickhead host, Ian, Rico, and Ryan. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the next episode of fucking Dick and the Box.
Dick in the box. In the box. Come on, baby. Come on. Okay.
You bitches are foolish. No, I'm excited. My people is back here and shit.
Loaded.
The
My
first
people
lady
is
of
like-
the dick is here. Hey,
Oh.
the first lady of the dick. Thank you.
I'm more than muscle. I'm like the security of the dick.
Oh, child.
Oh, you're protecting the dick.
I'm protecting dicks.
Oh,
Okay.
protect the dicks. I know that's right. So what's up? It's Ian L. Haddock.
The first lady of dick, Ryan L. Barker.
It's your boy Rico Escobar.
And we have a very, very special guest.
Pim, 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 pim.
Announce yourself, sir.
What's going on? I go by the name Doug Salmon, coming out of the DMV. From DMV to Houston, Texas.
Yes, sir.
I know that's right. I know that's right. It's gonna be a fucking fun show. But before we even get started, so like my favorite and only
What's
co-host.
poppin', Beyonce? What you need to know?
What's going on with y'all?
Right?
The first lady, well, no, actually, my sister's in town. Y'all know, everyone swears when Latavia's around, I shut everything down.
You do.
Which is true.
You
It
do.
is. It is.
You do.
My niece is here, so I really have been. We have a photo shoot on Monday.
Hey,
We have a production crew here. Drew Visions. Make sure y'all, go follow Drew Visions. One of the best in Atlanta. Really, I've literally been resting and just chilling and just getting ready for stuff next
that's why
week.
your skin glowing like that.
And a few nut facials.
I know that's right.
That's good for your skin.
It is. I heard.
That
I
is
heard.
good for your
It
skin.
is. I love it.
I use mint mask and shit like that. But, I just been, 9 to 5 in it, rapping it and all that shit, spitting my bars like I do, trying to get ready for, actually got an upcoming event, upcoming show. So shout out to Impulse.
Yeah.
Because, we got that going on. But no, I just been, 9 to 5 in it, grinding as usual.
I hear you.
Pookie.
Honestly, I'm so fucking tired. I'm just ready to.
Because you've been on tour. Honey, you've been on tour. Okay.
No, I had the esteemed privilege last week to be hosting Darnell L. Moore, who was on Trevor Noah's show last night on Comedy Central, promoting his book. So the leg of his tour for Houston was here last Friday.
Nice.
So I was one of the hosts for that. That was dope. And then on Sunday, George M. Johnson, hey George, was down
George.
here.
Hello.
And he was the moderator and special guest for Impulse Group's documentary. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be announcing it, but fuck it. Impulse Group's documentary.
Documentary?
So that'll be premiering in August, sometime around the same time as your show.
Nice.
Impulse Group is launching officially. We're launching August 4th with our soaked themed Hughella pool party.
Nice.
So we'll be releasing entertainers and all that kind of stuff, but it's going to be at Clay Day Nightclub. Clay Day Nightclub is sickening. It's the only club in Houston with a pool in the middle of it.
Oh, damn.
So it's going to be
I
sickening.
think Impulse Houston is biased because I feel, it's weird to me how everybody that work at Impulse Houston, all y'all fine as hell. That's
Fluffy and Fine is in. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody at Impulse Houston fine as hell, man.
Oh, you don't see it?
I definitely see it.
You don't see it?
I know. Ian is gorgeous. I don't care what y'all say. Ian is everything.
Everybody at
and
Impulse
fat.
Houston fine.
He's
Fat and fine. No, I'm playing. Doug, what's going on with you? You got some shit coming up too, right?
Not really. I just released a project probably like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Called
Nice.
Trials and Tribulations. It's got like a 8-track EP. And then before that, for our Pride here in DC, I released a track called Explicit.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Explicit in a little bit.
That shit is dope.
It's dope. It's dope. It's dope.
Yeah.
But
I appreciate that.
yes, it's amazing. So as we're talking about this, you know, Drake just released, what is it, Scorpion?
Scorpion,
I haven't listened to it yet. I haven't listened to
Oh
it.
my gosh. Hey, y'all, all right. This might sound biased for me because I fuck with Drake. That album has to be one of his best albums.
It's amazing.
That's one of his
Oh,
best. After Take Care, yeah, this got to be one of his
I
best
used to land the
albums.
Vegas. I still listen to that.
Man, this album is ridiculous.
It's amazing.
Man. Oh
It's
my
amazing.
god.
You heard it
listen
too,
to the whole-
Ian?
It's well rounded.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Y'all make me feel so.
Oh, you gotta listen to it. You got. I started to post a picture with some Drake captions today, but I was like, nah, maybe it's too soon. But he definitely got some quotables under there that's gonna be
But
under
y'all
my
know,
Instagram.
but y'all know who else is
pictures.
releasing an album July 6th?
Who?
Whitney Houston. Whitney's releasing an album to go with her music.
If she don't rest in her damn grave and
her
leave us the fuck
documentary.
alone,
Thank you.
She just needs to stay dead, child.
she do. Her and Joe Jackson. Just rolling dirt together.
Michael up there just shook, bitch.
He is.
He been up there being gay as he could be.
No, y'all want to hear
A
something?
white gay man all this time.
A white gay woman.
Yeah, he been able to be a white gay woman
No.
for the last 9 years, bitch, and Joe just pop up, bitch.
No, wait a minute. Do y'all want to hear something so crazy? You said you asked us what happened, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say this until you said about Joe Jackson.
What?
I literally, because I styled the women of the Jackson family a year ago,
Damn.
and yes, and I uploaded it in honor of Joe. Like when you get to work with the legacy of.
So
the
you
Jacksons.
killed Joe Jackson?
No, I did not kill Joe Jackson. But it's the fact that when I uploaded it, when I tell you now, mind you, the production company does not. The Jackson's attorney. Hey Ryan,
Ooh.
can you delete that video and that picture?
Oh, wow.
And
I don't
because
play about that shit.
I'm still under contract, because they told me the production company, they told me that wasn't happening. So I'm thinking I'm just uploading something in honor of the
Thought you was gonna
Jacksons.
do something.
I thought I was,
Mm.
but it was like, hey, no, you're still under contract. We want to bring you back on.
So take that shit down before we have you killed.
And they were like, they said, oh, we love the swiftness that you did that with. So we don't have to send you this cease and desist letter. So we'll be talking. But then the executive producer sent me a DM about, I like how you did that. You did that fast. Right, I'll be keeping in touch with you. Now, mind you, none of these people follow me. None of these people know who I am. But
they know who you are.
They do. So I was just damn. The Jacksons,
so long story short, Ryan
Jacksons,
Barker killed Joe Jackson.
The
I think we should go on the record saying that.
I did not kill the Hawk. I did not kill the Hawk. That's what the kids call that man, the Hawk.
But onto a bit of a I know Joe Jackson, that's a serious topic, but he dead, so child.
Is it serious?
But no, on a serious topic, you know, that man up there in the White House then upheld this travel ban.
Lord. I promise y'all, the next is going to be Haiti, any parts of Africa, any parts of Jamaica, any parts where black people come from, they not going to be allowed to come here next.
Muslim nations, they ban Muslim nations.
And North Korea.
Right.
From coming to the U.S. So next is going to be Barbados, any part of the Caribbean islands, any part of Africa, and our asses is probably
okay.
about here next.
Let me get my blonde woman on. So basically, these people are not allowed to, or do they have to have certain restrictions, or is just?
There's certain restrictions. I think
very restrictions.
They're looking through the legislation, but basically the legislation that he pushed through. The Supreme Court, which is really important since one of them is resigning, but the Supreme Court upheld his travel ban.
Come on, Ryan. Come on, Ian.
Yeah, that will be my name. I am Ian, but Ryan is a good name too.
It is.
I've been drinking, so I'm sorry.
And lastly, in our little chatter box, we got to talk about Explicit. We wouldn't be having Douglas Savage on here if we wasn't going to talk about his latest motherfucking release. So tell us more about this song, bitch.
Man, I can't even tell y'all how that came about. Like, it was just one day I was going to barbecue and stuff, just in the middle of traffic, just decided just to write a song. Like, it wasn't even nothing intentional. It just came out.
Oh, you right? I love that.
Yeah.
You heard? Cause I'm a thot. Hey, fucking nigga in the drop. That shit is banger, man.
We're gonna try to get y'all a little preview while y'all listening to this in just a few seconds. But underneath, depending on where y'all streaming us from, underneath this, we're gonna put the link to the single so y'all can check it out. It really is dope. And just because you bitches, I want to come back to this for a second. You bitches think I'm racist because I say I don't like pink meat. I do want to let you know that I do want to let you know that I got Doug the Savage's information through his manager and somebody he's connected to named Christopher Shaw. We're gonna call this one Terry Cruising.
Oh,
Terry Cruising. Is there room for men in the Me Too movement? Yes. So look, there's this thing going on. Terry Crews put out some allegations saying that a former producer touched him inappropriately at a party. 50 Cent came back,
of course,
and was trolling as usual,
right?
Pretty much saying that he's soft. Now, I'll tell y'all bitches this.
50 would have liked to be touched. That's why 50 probably has been touched. He was like, I took it like a man. I took it like a man and kept moving. What's up?
No, because 50 really ain't talented. No shade. But anyway, but I will say this though. Terry Crews was probably the first man that made me attracted to ugly men with bodies.
The first man that's attracted to ugly men.
We ain't gonna cruise past that. Like you ain't just saying.
No, he made me attracted to ugly men with bodies.
Oh, he made you attracted to ugly men.
You think Terry Crews ugly?
He's not pretty, but he's fine. I used to jack off to that white chick scene, bitch.
What? Which one?
The one when he was dancing. Oh, that used to turn me on. I used to just jack-a-lack till I couldn't stop.
Jack-a-lack.
That's disgusting.
No, but but even still, yeah, we opening up. No, but Terry Crews is like an attractive man. He seems to be like really open about his sexuality and comfortable in his heterosexuality.
Right.
And for him to make a statement, what you say?
His wife was like a man.
Him.
I'm just saying he might play. Like, I don't know,
I don't think so.
Because his wife is very strong.
I don't think Terry get down like that.
I do. Sorry.
I think he's just one of those heterosexual men who's comfortable in his sexuality, so he doesn't mind playing different parts. But I definitely get the vibe that he is fully.
Well, I wouldn't even talk about the role he played in what's that movie?
No, I just mean like period. Like he just seems like he's very comfortable.
I'm the one who thinks everyone's gay. I'm the one who thinks everyone's gay. I do. Sorry.
No. So Doug, what's your thoughts? Can a man be sexually assaulted, or are you agreeing with 50 Cent?
Okay, so I first of all, I ain't paying attention to what 50 Cent saying because 50 Cent say whatever the fuck that just comes to his mind. But I do feel as if I mean, it's not only just like for the females, like it's a human thing, period. Like to me, so anybody can get sexually assaulted any kind of way, That's how I feel about it.
I'm with you. Y'all thoughts? Same thoughts?
I haven't been physically assaulted, but I've been what they say like the casting couch. Like I wanted the client, their manager was like, "Hey, I will let you work with my client if you do some things." Now the old me would have been like, "What? All right." So but the new, like the person I am now, at that time I was like, yeah, that definitely was sexual assault because you was talking about doing some things and that should, no one should ever do. Like, so I've been on the casting couch, like,
you partake.
No, I'm saying I've been in that situation, but I didn't go through with it because the client was not that important. The coin was not that good.
So if it was like a higher client, would you have bust some cheeks open for him?
It would have to literally be on the level. I'm not even going to say Beyonce. It would literally have to be on the level of Kelly Rowland, Lady Gaga, LaToya Jackson, on that level. I'm not about to do no Love and Hip Hop. Sorry, I'm not about to do no Atlanta reality star because that's what it was. It was Atlanta reality star. Their manager was like, hey, let me bust in you. No.
Now, I'll have to admit, bitches. Although I do fully agree that a man can be sexually assaulted, it wouldn't take much from me. It could be Love and Hip Hop, because I suck dick for free. So bitch,
No, that is true. But
I suck dick. I eat ass for free, so I might as well suck dick and eat ass for a casting position, bitch. So I'm not mad. No, but I do sincerely believe that men as well as women, and not just from men, women can fucking sexually assault men.
Exactly, because I was my idea first. This might sound like an oxymoron or kind of ignorant or stupid, but to me, there's a difference between sexual assault and sexual misconduct.
Okay.
Okay, Harris County, explain.
To me personally, sexual misconduct could be a text, or you said something that was completely out of place, or you might have gave that person a look or something like that and made them feel uncomfortable. Now, sexual assault to me is when it starts to get physical. Once you start groping and all that. I have been in both positions with men and women, same as you too. Even when it comes to my career, I have been in a position where I felt like if I didn't flirt with certain people or make them feel like they could have a chance at me, then I wouldn't get certain opportunities. I don't do it for the most part simply because your reputation travels. Prime example, me and you, as my manager, everywhere we done been together, whether it was just on me performing or us just hanging out, everybody think we fucking.
Ian, he's talking to Ian as
Ian, I'm talking to Ian. Everybody think, Ian had to get down with him. You know what I mean? And so, and I do try to play on like my sex appeal and shit like that, but at the same time, the reason I don't go that route is because, like I said, with me already working with a manager who everybody feels like we fucked, then if I get in a position to where, like I said, I've talked to managers, producers, publicists, everything that made me feel like, nigga, if you don't serve us some dick, nigga, like, then you ain't serving no purpose. I could do it to advance my career, but at the same time, I said that reputation travels.
Did I make you feel like that as your stylist? When I styled, did I make you
no, you and Ian have never made me feel like, damn, if I don't go through with it, then are they gonna work with me?
I'm not trying hard enough.
But I have been in positions before where I felt like if I didn't flirt with this person, make them feel like they can get like a date or something with me, I wouldn't get certain opportunities. So that is very real.
So
sorry, Kelly.
So as like trying to work to that. So as like people in the public, I think we're all in the public, right? What rules do you have as it relates to how you walk through it? Like, are there any rules? Like, for instance, like for me, I've heard people say like, I can't fuck people I work with, or I can't fuck people that like are customers and stuff. But all my work is with the LGBT community.
Right.
So if I don't fuck anybody I work with, then I can't fuck nobody. Yeah. I might as well be straight. Yeah. So I'm fucking everybody. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But are there like rules? Are there unconscious rules?
It is. Doug, what you think?
You said like are there rules to like I guess you've been like in the public kind of setting or something like that?
Yeah. Or like parameters you can set.
Shit. The number one parameter is to like you still gotta respect yourself at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put yourself in a predicament where it puts you in a predicament that you can't get out of. Like, y'all know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like as far as like, how can I say it? Like at the end of the day, it feels like you have to respect yourself. It's always respect for yourself. If you throw yourself out there, then shit, that's how it's gonna go down. If you throw yourself out there.
Oh, okay. So basically, you saying that if you don't like set a standard of like respect for yourself, then niggas will start to take advantage of it, and that's the reputation you will get.
Yeah, they definitely take advantage of it and probably take that the wrong way, as if
I guess tonight I have like a lot of stories because honestly, because people want to work with my client. We all know who my client is. So
Right.
I actually had a stylist from Miami hit me up. It was like, hey, I would love to work with y'all. He was sending me all these good pictures. I'm like, okay, cool. But he started texting like outside of what's up. So me being me, I was like, okay, cool, because I don't have that many like friends or whatever in this industry, and I don't have that many gay friends in general. So I was like, okay, cool. So it sort of became. He was like, so when you gonna come down to Miami? I'm like, what am I coming to Miami for? Like, is there a booking? Like, what's up?
Right.
He's like, no, I want you to come down. You can hang out. We can, get to know. So me being me, looking for love. I was like, okay, cool. We can get to know. I said, we can get to know each other. I was going like, let's get to know each other. He's like, oh my gosh, I would love that. The first time I did not agree with a picture that he sent because the outfit was fucking ugly. He literally went off on me. He whatever. Then like 3 months later, he DM'd Latavia and was like, hey, Tavia, your brother, he cool and all, but he sort of rubbed me the wrong way because he said I can't work with you unless we have sex. Wow. First of all, Tommy's like, that's not even him because at the end of the day, I'm not topping you, bro. Like, the fuck? And then it was like, you was the one, I still have my text message. That's one person I will do that. I'm that person. I will keep receipts for instance like that. So in this industry, I have come across many people who have fucked their way to clients and all that. And so they feel like that way. Then he sent a message. He texted me, but he was like, only reason I came at you like that was because, you're a big guy, so I know not too many people,
Wow.
Then he tried to play on my thickness.
Wow.
But he failed to understand. What did he say? He felt understand I'm a big bitch. I'm gorgeous.
Come on now.
So you're in Miami riding the bus. Okay?
Damn.
You still work a 9 to 5, peddling Fashion Nova to us. No,
Damn.
sorry. So I've come to this topic I can relate to on many.
Tag him in blue. Tag him in blue. Tag him in blue. What's his name? No, I'm playing.
His Instagram name.
No.
Tag him in blue. Your ass is stupid. I definitely feel like there are parameters you can set. Case in point, I don't like talking business unless you involved. Because I have been in instances where, case in point, I got offered to do a show in Atlanta.
Of course you did.
Producer, right.
Of course you did.
Not publicist, a promoter had jumped in my DMs on Instagram and was like, hey, I would like to book you for a show, yada, yada, yada. He has a really big name for himself, so I'm not going to say no names. And he was like, hey, all right, I'm going to call you later. I'm not going to say no names. He was like, I'm going to call you later. And I was like, cool. That wasn't a phone call. He literally FaceTimed me. And dude was asshole naked.
Oh.
He's like, oh, I just got showered. My bad. I'm like,
he thought it was Coco Dorm time.
I was like, all right, cool. So yeah, about this show, you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, you come down and you can just stay with me if you want. I was like, nah, you go a room and all that. You can book me a room. That I'll leave you a key at the desk. And I'm gonna come see you. And I swear to God, I never responded from there because I already knew this was gonna be.
So after that FaceTime, you didn't talk to no more.
Never again. I dead ass blocked them on Instagram, blocked them from my phone.
I need to know who the first time.
I'm not gonna say. But if you ever say, hey, I'm doing something in Atlanta, I'm gonna be like, show me. And if that's him, I'm gonna be like, don't work with that nigga. But I'm gonna it's parameters you can set, but only behind the scenes. Because with the public, unfortunately, it's certain parameters you can set, but they really don't apply.
And you know what I'm starting to notice? People read your Instagram like a book.
They do. They
form their own ideas of you.
People will look at your Instagram and they will swear, people have been reaching out to me and my 4,000 motherfucking followers. Talking about, oh, you is famous.
Yeah.
Just because of what it looks like I'm doing.
Yeah.
Now I'll be honest. A bitch is doing exactly what she posts on Instagram.
Let me know.
I am doing exactly what you see on Instagram.
Did you ladies copy the Sheen magazine? I'm in it. Thank you.
No, I'm surely doing exactly what I'm doing, but people have a perception that it's not work. Right?
Yeah.
It's just oh, I'm being a socialite, I'm posting this.
Yeah, let me get up today and go do an event. It's just so, you ain't got nothing else to do. It's literally a job.
And people are more turned on by that than they really are about the work. When niggas, and Doug, I'm sure you've experienced this, niggas will be more interested in the what comes from it than the product.
They're like the idea.
Yeah, they'll start talking about. They'll start talking about like, why you don't invite me to the podcast, or why you not on live, why we don't go on live and talk about your book, or when the next time you gonna pop up in Atlanta or whatever.
Atlanta, that damn city, I tell you.
But this is what pisses me off. What pisses me off is those same bitches won't listen to the podcast, won't buy the book, and won't try to get me to Atlanta.
Oh, hell no! You better get a buddy pass. Then when you get there, that's when they'll hit you up here.
So they more interested in the look than the work. Bitch, this is a 9 to 5. You ever experienced that, Doug?
He's cute, so of course.
More interested in what it can do for them, other than actually, I guess, saying what it really does for you.
Exactly. Because it doesn't help me that you interested in what I do, or that you follow me on Instagram and you think it's cool. It doesn't interest me like niggas trying to get all in VIP and shit because you're invited to VIP. Who really gives? Let me be honest. When I go to the club, and I'm not saying this to showboat or anything like that. It's just my experience. When I go to the club and I'm invited to VIP, it's because the club promoter worked with me in some kind of way. Yeah. And generally, that's work, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
That ain't like me going to the club to be like, oh, I'm so motherfucking beat. Nah, bitch. I'm still the same fat nigga sitting in VIP sweating.
Damn.
Shit.
I feel like sometimes you gotta like. Because I feel like sometimes not everybody really be up to just try to use you for what you got and stuff like that. So it's always like you gotta kind of be careful with certain stuff like that. Because not everybody out to use the motherfucker, but they all people that's out there to use. So it's like you gotta be cautious with that.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about like the community and shit like this. They over here trying to record on live, child. Gonna have a podcast.
Beyonce about to cuss us out, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go off live, y'all.
Y'all.
No, but real. So I just be thinking like on the real. So what's the difference in like using your sexy, right? And being sexualized. You know what I'm saying?
Let Doug answer first on that one.
Is there a difference in using your sexy and being sexualized? Doug?
I feel like it is. The difference is like, okay, so using your sexy, right? Mm-hmm. You can, I guess that kind of say hand in hand in a way, because at the same time, like, whatever that you feel like that is like not overly sexy to you, it might be over sexy to like somebody else, or somebody else might think that that's sexy. Like it kind of say hand in hand in a way.
I'm with you. I think as I think about like what sexy looks like it's gonna look very different. Yeah. Very different.
My sexy is confidence, because like I said, I know how to handle certain people in certain situations. Yeah. And I'm not the most masculine looking person in the world. I know that. So people do see me. People don't see me as a threat. I'm not looked at as like y'all are very y'all are very strong looking. So I know how to go in there.
Why did I almost sound shaky?
Yeah, like I can't do turnabout if I wanted to, bitch.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm soft and cunt, bitch. No, I'm playing.
You are. So I'm just saying, like, I can go in the room and I have, generally guys be like, hi, It's the conversation's always different. So I know how to, turn my head a different way, say a certain little word, say it a little softer than literally walking there with some little booty shorts on and, just keep popping my tongue and stuff. Like, I just, it is a difference between using what you got to do what you want.
To me, personally, I feel like there is no difference. Reason being, obviously, I've used my sex appeal to my advantage.
That's why I'm here.
I've used it to my advantage, definitely. But I had to even wrap my mind around it, because when I first started doing it, I was like, I don't want to be looked at like this, and don't cheapen me, and I'm smart, and all this stuff. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the minute you start to use your sexy, you will be sexualized. Period. Mm-hmm. Because what you're telling people is, you're using your sexy like as a way to pull people in. That's why they're now interested. It's up to you now to kind of finesse that shit and make them keep your eyes on you without your clothes off. Case in point, anybody that know me know when it comes to this rap shit, Nicki Minaj is one of the rappers that have definitely inspired my pen. Fuck with it a long way. No bitches touching her. I don't give a damn who you name. Nobody's fucking with Nicki Minaj. But there's a difference between like her sexy and like Beyonce sexy. Because Beyonce definitely has a sex appeal that she uses to her advantage, and she has seen as a sex symbol. She uses it to her advantage. But at the same time, she knows how to clean it up a bit.
She does.
To where you also respect just like her artistry. Whereas with Nicki Minaj, you know, I stand for her all day.
You're getting a nipple.
Period. Any picture you see her and you know it's going to be an ass out, it's going to be a tongue out, it's going to be some legs spread. You know what I mean? And in the beginning, that was hot. That was dope. That was cool. But you're far in your career now. We know you sexy. To me personally, you use your sex appeal to get what you want. But once you got it, you can stop using it.
Like her BET performance was whack. Because she literally had nut juices all on the stage and flipping and dipping.
Well, I jacked off a little bit to that BET performance, but it was terrible.
Let me tell you. It was speaking of that BET.
That wig was horrible. Yes.
That wig was god awful, and I was mad because the bitch don't stand up for LGBT anything and has that rainbow. But that's neither here nor there. I did think it was hot when she put that arch in her back, but I couldn't help but think of like a horse and not like a stallion.
Yeah, because that's the difference between Beyonce is sexy, whereas Nicki Minaj is very raunchy. Yeah. Beyonce is more like, you know how it's like being in school, you know, I was always like that one bad bitch who was like real thick, nice body and shit.
She played basketball.
You know what I mean? Like she had an older brother, so you know not to kind of fuck with her like that, but she always held her books in her hands, but she was sexy than a motherfucker. That was Beyonce. And then you had the one girl who was like,
fur coat, eating the Cheetos.
Yeah, she had like the bangles in her ears, and she would pop her tongue, but she had a fat ass, and she was sexy too, but she always hung around like all the dudes. That's more Nicki Minaj. Like, you know what I mean? Where it was like, even if you not fucking these niggas, the way you act, it will make people believe you are fucking these niggas.
Yeah. But I also think that is unfortunately what makes artistry, creatives, that's what makes people pop. It's a couple of like socialites on social media. One in particular who's kind of like calmed down his look. Hey, Moses.
Hi, Moses.
You know I don't mind calling names Moses.
Moses
the mogul.
Moses the mogul.
Yeah.
He likes some of your stuff on Instagram.
Yeah, he's real sweet. Beautiful chocolate skin.
Oh, yeah. Fat booty. Fat ass.
Yeah. Ooh, fat
I know
booty.
exactly who you're talking about. Yeah. Moses.
But he's slightly he's slightly like calmed down because he's
that
like expanding the brand. But it's like the brand is growing. But now his like popularity, like the brand in terms of like who's watching him and watching everything like about his brand is growing. But now nobody's like looking at him, and I think that's intentional. But it's like how he got the brand was because you didn't know his name until I said fat ass.
But honestly, I did the same thing. Like all my pictures would be shirtless and sexual and all. And then I started posting them the upper body shots and shit because I didn't want to stick my whole career on. Oh, that's the nigga with the abs. You know what I mean? That's the sex nigga. Like because at the end of the day, he got
a 6-second video on Tumblr, y'all.
It was hot. It's hot. But no, I don't want to just only brand myself at that. So then that leads me to the question of like, well, you know what? I ain't gonna ask that question.
No, I want to know. So Doug, you got you got a song called Explicit.
That's what I was
So that must mean that you got like a Tumblr where you jack off a lot. Oh, okay.
I don't know how to use Tumblr. I've never been on Tumblr.
Hold on. I'm trying to hear what you say. Say that again.
No, I'm saying just because I don't got one, that don't mean I be saying on there. I be here.
No, it's so interesting. It's so interesting because that's really like when you think about like what people are doing to Like Tank is at the peak of his career. Weirdly, he been singing since motherfucking. It seemed like what's his name, D'Angelo stopped, and then Tank started.
Yeah.
But then Tank wasn't like trying to be like a sex symbol at
But now
first.
he does Prize.
But now he does.
That's the reason he's popping the fuck off. It's because of Prize.
But what's interesting about it is he riding it out. He riding this shit out, and he making it sexier and sexier, and now he's performing on bigger and bigger stages because he made the choice to do like prides and take off his shirt and be sexy. So it's kind of like you got to have some controversy. It's this other dude that Crave Melanin, bitch.
Who?
Crave Melanin. He a new adult entertainer, porn star, if you will.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know him.
The dark skinned dude.
Ooh.
I just saw a video with him in XL.
Ooh.
Beating that nigga cheeks in, bro.
God damn.
He was beating that nigga cheeks in.
No, what was interesting is I found Crave Melanin on Tumblr. He was jacking off, and when I first saw him, I was like, God damn, this chocolate. You know, I like a chocolate man. Chocolate, beautiful skin, look very boyish. Like I'll show it to you. I have it screen recorded.
I got a couple of them in my biscuit cube.
But then he started playing with his asshole. I said, you know, this is my type of man. This is my type of man. Play with his asshole and jack. But I digress. He had like he had a brand of being like this fitness model and all this kind of stuff. But he didn't pop until porn.
Oh, he gay too? Or he just does that?
Nah, he playing with his ass for fun, bitch.
No, that don't mean nothing.
No, he gay. He gay.
So if you play with your ass,
that don't mean you gay, but the fact that I see him on camera fucking niggas.
So if you play with your ass, you're not gay?
Nah.
If you finger your ass while you jacking off.
That's just a sensation.
That's not mean you gay.
That's a sensation.
Y'all are fucking with me.
I know a couple straight niggas that like a finger in their ass. They just don't like it from a man, but they like a finger in their ass.
Tell them to come sit in the box.
I ain't gonna do. You try to get me shot out in these streets.
They gonna have a mask on, change their voice.
Right. No. I wasn't talking about dick in the box. I said, come sit in this box. In this room, bitch.
You gonna have a My Vista video on this nigga.
Boots! So, speaking of, like, I know we're kind of like sexualizing a bunch of these people that we're talking about. Boots! So, like, why is that the only way we can make it? Why is that the only way? And by make it, I'm not necessarily talking about, like, success, right? I'm talking about, like, popularity, influence in our community. It seems like unless you show how attractive you are or how sexy you are, whatever that looks like, it seems like you can't get nowhere. How you feel about that, Rico?
To me, honestly, that's the entertainment industry. That's the industry. When you watch TV shows, whether they can act or not, they book the attractive people. Honestly, I didn't start getting no eyes on me until I started pulling my clothes off. That's what make people. If people feel like they want to fuck you, that'll make them pay attention to you. But you just got to convey your message while you got their attention. But in all honesty, unfortunately, we say we need more representation, and I don't feel like I look like this person. But the minute we see that person, everybody go in on them. Prime example, Gabourey Sidibe on Empire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody was like, we need more representation. But now there's a big girl on TV. Ooh, she got these kitten heels on. They leaning to the left. And ooh, she can only wear a wrap dress because she's so damn big. Like, that's what we only want people who don't look like us so we can talk about them to make us ourselves feel better. Yeah. But we want to watch people who look better than us or look like people we don't have the opportunity to actually fuck with because it's a fantasy.
Oh,
unfortunately, that's the reality.
How you feel about that, Doug?
I agree with him. Because first of all, like the phrase "sex sales," that's sex sales for real.
It does.
When I did my song "Explicit" or whatever, I didn't really want to like put it out. Because to be honest, I don't really dedicate my music to our community like that because of the fact that when I was in like getting into the music scene and stuff like that, I always performed in like straight venues, stuff like that. So I just ain't never done. I just made music. I never thought about just making a song dedicated to the gay community. And then when I was thinking about the explicit one, I was hesitate on putting that out because I didn't want that to overrule everything else that I got going on with my music. Like for example, like what's the dude, Fly Young Red or something. Y'all know what he did, like throw that boy pussy,
That was it.
That was, that's what he was known for. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he got more music. You know what I'm saying? That actually has a meaning behind it, but ain't nobody gonna look at. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna, I guess, get into that because of what he's already known for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's true to an extent.
That was the reason why I wanted to, like, I was kind of hesitant with it. But being though, like, it was Pride Month, I just felt like I wanted to step out the box for real and just, do it. And if it happens, then it happens,
I agree to an extent, but with Flying Red, prior to him actually putting out Throw That Boy Pussy, he actually had more music than that. Like, he actually was dropping music prior to that. That was just the song that took off. And it took off, but that became his brand, even though he had music prior to that. So, like now, if you hear like some of the music he tries to put out, you can tell he tries to like cater more to the masses, but he still stays true to the LGBT community, QIA community, right? Mm-hmm. So, Doug, say for example, because I've checked out some of your music, you definitely dope. But this Explicit was the only song I heard that kind of was like more pertaining to the gay community. So how would you handle that if out of all the songs you put out, this is the one that pops? So now this is how you brand it. Like, how would you handle that?
That's what I was really hesitant about. But you know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes down to being an artist, like, I don't want to be just sitting on music. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love music. I love writing songs. You know what I'm saying? I make my own, like, production. I make my own beats, everything like that. So it's like, when I just put it out, or when I make it, it's like, okay, I got, like, everybody got it. So, you know what I'm saying?
I dig it.
It might fall up on me. You know what I'm saying? It might fall up on me. But, yeah.
But would you be uncomfortable with being seen as a gay artist or like a gay rapper?
No. Because like I'm saying in the music thing, within the straight crowd, I made it known that I was the only gay rapper in there. That's how most people, respected me, like in the music thing. For me, like really just being the only person never coming with no crowd, or just really being by myself, coming to shows and just walking out, and yeah. So people know me as that gay rapper, but I mean, you can always live a damn out of, it's music, period.
Yeah.
Ain't no label on music.
Yeah. So I love this conversation. So as it relates to y'all about like men being overly sexualized, having issues with sexual assault, what's the verdict? What's y'all thoughts? What's y'all final thoughts?
But I think some men like it though. I honestly do. Not trying to be funny, Terry Crews definitely loved to show his chest off. Like he liked popping them little titties he had. Mm-hmm. So it was okay. However long it took him to say something, I don't know, but he liked being sexualized because that's a lot of his roles. He was topless. Like a lot of his roles, he was shirtless. So a lot of these artists, they liked. I don't know if they like it, but they know it sells to be sexualized. Now, if they go home like, oh my God, I can't believe this girl just tried to grab my penis on stage. But at that moment, like R. Kelly, he grabbed me, like he wants to piss on you. So
he's a pervert. So
some people like to be sexualized. So I don't know, like, can they be mad because people are sexualizing them? Like people aren't paying attention to the music no more because they're literally just worried about their body. Like I'm just saying, like
I think personally as black men, black men have always been overtly sexualized. Period.
The mandingo.
Right. We have always been seen, and it's black people, men and women. Black people have always been branded as emotionless. Like we don't feel anything. You can do anything to us. We don't feel pain. We don't feel any hurt or trauma or anything like that. Right. So when it comes to being sexualized and overtly sexualized, we've already discussed the whole history of being like molested as kids and shit like that, right? So for me, like I said, I have used my sex appeal to my advantage, but I'll say, that's you. I have also not walked away, but I've also left photo shoots or meetings and interviews and shit and feeling like cheap because I'm being overtly sexualized. And even though I play into my sexuality, you still want to be respected for your talent or your art or whatever it is you're trying to sell. Case in point, Dick in the Box might be seen as a very overtly sexual show, even though we discuss some of everything. But your brand is you're an influence, you're an educator, you're a public speaker, you know what I mean? But because of this show, somebody might hear this whole episode and be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? You try to come at them on some business and they like, all right, drop your drawers. Let me see what this dick looking like. You know what I mean? That will make you feel away because it's like you put your blood, sweat, and tears into this. And at the end of the day, they only give a fuck about seeing you butt ass naked. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I feel like as black men too, as men, we're always taught there is no such thing as sexual assault or misconduct because you're supposed to be able to protect yourself. But as black men, we also know that we're automatically seen as hostile and violent. And in the entertainment industry, we know we're working with majority of white people. So you walk a very fine line. You want to speak your mind, but at the same time, you're trying your hardest not to live up to the violent black man role or the upset black guy stereotype. So I feel like with Terry Crews situation or anybody else, unfortunately, with black men, this has happened, and it will more than likely continue to happen because just as black women, we are not seen to experience any pain, and anything that comes to us, we either ask for it or it's not real.
Yeah, and I would actually agree with everything that was pretty much said. I think that, uh, and it's hard to say because I wouldn't say the same for women, but I can't say the same for men, and I'd say the same for women. It's probably come across harsh for men, but it's certain ways that men, especially in the industry and the public, go about things.
Right.
And it's not to say, like, I know, like, we have this argument around women that just because of the way they dress, that doesn't give them an excuse to be sexually assaulted or raped. But men, especially like queer men or men who have a queer audience, they seem to like really go there. For instance, like Milan Christopher, right, and the Paper Magazine photo shoot.
That was so cheap to me.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I still jack off to it. He was at but he was at one of our clubs locally for not for Black Pride,
Yeah.
and he walked past, and the only thing I saw was his shoot in paper in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, he's an actor. He does music.
He does?
Right. It does not matter. It does not
Where
matter.
can we find these
Right.
these things? It's a unicorn. I need to know. Please, get these out.
No,
Oh,
no, but
shit.
I'm saying in that same way, like, because you push this sexy viewpoint so strong, you lose everything but the sexiness,
That's why I
right?
respect
And
Jeffrey.
so I think, child,
on Love and Hip Hop Miami, just because he does it in a different way. He still pushes sexy, but right now he's doing it as a very
I don't know who that is.
Right.
He's from Love and Hip Hop Miami.
But the unfortunate part, as soon as he takes his clothes off, everybody will. Otherwise, we closing this motherfucking box. So let's just go over. First of all, y'all can find us at DCKAND DABOX.com. That's dickandthebox.com. You can also follow me, my badass, on Instagram and Facebook, Ian L. Haddock. And you can also go to ianlhaddock.com. It'll take you to dickandthebox.com. And where can we find my co-host?
Hello, you can follow the First Lady of Dick and on Instagram at MUSECREATIVEINC. My Facebook is for family and friends. But one day we can all be friends and family. But go follow me on Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram than I am anywhere else. So, but make sure y'all can slide in my DMs. I deleted my Jacks. I haven't had Jack in like a month. which is really, really hurtful to me. But I'm cleansing myself. I'm doing good. So
She's taking pure for men.
I'm just trying to find the right way.
All right. Well, I can currently be seen. Nah, shout out to Shanae. But y'all can find me on everything at the Rico Escobar. That's TheRicoEscobar, the Rico Escobar. Or you can just visit my website, RicoEscobar.com, and that'll take you to all of my social networks, music, videos, everything.
Yes, and Doug, what about you? Where can we find you at?
First of all, y'all can find Trials and Tribulations on Spotify, Apple, any kind of music platform right now, along with the single Explicit. So follow me on Instagram. That's DOUGTHEESAVAGE_. You search in Doug the Savage on any kind of media outlet you'll find.
Boots! Okay, so we closing this motherfucking box. It's been a good one. We hope that we have made you smile or at least taught your motherfucking ass something. And please rate us 5 stars. We're trying to get high on this algorithm.
Yeah.
We're currently at 5 stars on iTunes.
Yeah.
So continue to rate us.
Thank you, guys.
5 stars.
5, little mama, you're a 3-star.
and share this with somebody. Listen to this shit. I think it's quite funny. But anyway, it's time for us to motherfucking go.
Yeah,
we closing this motherfucking box and it's gone.
Shout out to the spread.
Now take a listen to Doug the Savage's new single, Explicit.
Yeah, you get crazy. Come on.
Okay.
I ain't picture perfect, but create a perfect picture. Had a sugar daddy who was worth a couple figures. And another nigga, his dick was a little bigger. Whip it out on my lip bottom, cause it make his whole quiver. Treat them how they treat me, so bitch, I ain't shit. You can't play a player, I could never be a trick. Dude thought he was the shit, I had to cut him off quick. Cause his attitude was stank, so he missed out on the dick. Shout out to Mariah Lynn, I used to be a hoe too. Couple pics and videos I possibly could show you.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Dick and the Bob.